Welcome everybody to the Autism Daily. Today's talk is about the dietary interventions and whether they're helpful for our autistic children or not. Before I continue this, I want to tell you that I'm not a medical professional, and when you are considering any form of dietary intervention, please consult with a nutritionist or a dietitian to make sure that what you're doing for your child is in fact right. So my answer to this question is really one from experience. And I think it's very important for me to start this answer by saying that children with autism often have eating challenges. You know, this is not uncommon. And moms, dads, if you're struggling with an eating challenge, please know that you're not alone and that there is help available for you. You need to just consult with the professionals. So in my opinion, there are a few things that are an absolute sure yes. We've seen results, and that is from a schooling perspective. Artificial food colorants, you know, those sweeties our children love eating, the red ones and the green ones and the blue ones, and you know, those heavy juices that have got colorants and stuff in them. Yes, those things, definitely a reduction of that is going to ease up on some of the hyperactive type behaviors, even tantrums. Same goes for sugar. And when I talk about sugar, I'm not just talking about the physical sugar, the chocolate or the sucker. I'm talking about white refined flours, things like white breads and white pastas. Those things also, when we switch to even just brown and whole wheat products, we see, you know, most of our children respond very positively towards that switch. And I am generalizing because, you know, this is kind of my experience talking. So yes, we've definitely seen that. And the removal of white refined flours and sugar is definitely going to help with her hyperactivity. It's also going to, funny enough, help with gastrointestinal problems. Another element that you know, our children battle with quite heavily. In one of my other autism talks, we talk about or I answer the question about what types of diets are most common. You know, there's gluten-free and casein-free and sugar-free and all those kinds of ones. And one of the big ones that I can say that a lot of parents look at is gluten-free. Have I seen results? Yes, I have seen results, but a lot more results have been seen when the child actually has had an allergy test, and we know that the child doesn't necessarily absorb or what's the word, metabolize gluten in the way that other people do. So we have seen results, some more visible than others. What the child eats and doesn't eat is going to have an impact on your child. And here are just a few of the reasons that, you know, we need to focus on the child's eating habits and trying to help the child break bad habits and introduce all the vitamins and minerals that the child needs, because food or a lack of food is going to have contributing factors towards lethargy or hyperactiveness in a child, how the child sleeps, or how, you know, reasons why the child doesn't sleep, general skin, teeth health. Oh, that's a big one. Moms and dads, teeth health, huge, particularly in babies, those little ones that can't get off bottles, that's taking longer to get onto solids, that's falling asleep with juice bottles, those kind of things. That teeth damage is hectic, and you know, often we need to get to a stage where we cut all those teeth out and wait for the adult teeth to grow. But if we allow those habits to form from a very young age, we're going to have problems with the adult teeth as well. So, you know, those eating and drinking habits, children tend to be very prone to bruising, young autistic children, so this is quite common. And I would definitely talk to my nutritionist about that. I would talk to, you know, maybe a good herbologist if you want to go the natural route, or even a good dietitian. Even your GP will be able to help you. You know, we found things like iron being introduced to the child can really help with those early bruisings. But please, I am not a medical professional. This is not intended to be medical advice. This is more a situation of me saying, yes, what the child eats does make a difference. And you need to go out there and you need to go and consult with professionals from an eating perspective, from a nutritional perspective. Every child on the spectrum is different. Some has concentration problems, others don't. Some have concentration problems because of underlying comorbidities like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Other children have concentration problems because, they are absolutely just Duracell bunnies because of the amount of sugar that they're getting in, or because their bodies metabolize food differently. Sensory integration, how sensitive the child can be towards the environment and sounds. These things are all affected by what the child eats. So does dietary intervention work? Yes, it does. Does it necessarily mean you need to put in place a hugely restrictive diet? Not necessarily, but intervening, not just accepting that, my child only eats rice and just leaving it at that because, they get buckets full of the stuff and, they'll be okay. What about the iron? What about the vitamin D and the vitamin C and all those kind of other minerals that the child needs? So from our side, our answer to this question is definitely going to be yes, dietary intervention is going to make a ginormous difference in the child's overall ability to learn and grow. We hope that this has answered your question and look forward to another session with you tomorrow. Take care.